Hello everyone. Welcome back to Dr. Ginkelstein's Laboratory, also known as Kevin's Garage. Today we're going to be playing some Yone in the top lane, and I completely dominate this game. As you can tell, my teammate sucks, so I'm talking trash even though they got a early game kill. Just kidding. Those are my friends. So yeah, let's get on today with the video. Today I really want to talk about disconnecting from social media and FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO means, it means fear of missing out. So I recently started thinking about this because I was being affected by it, right? I was not recently, but even now, I am like fighting hard to not use social media. But man, it is tough to not use social media. We have been programmed to a T to use social media. It is just super addicting. And I always had this preconceived notion that I don't really get affected by social media, but I do. I really do. And most people do. They just they don't know that it's actually affecting them. In the sense that I still am a major YouTube watcher, right? So I always thought like, wow, I'm better than all those Instagram, TikTok users because I'm watching all these longer videos, and I watch informative videos too, right? And I would much rather still watch, and studies still show that watching informative videos are way better for you than watching some TikTok brain rot. But what I figured out was, sorry, you're about to see here that I just get shit on at the start against Pantheon, and that was my bad. You gotta admit, that was fully my bad. But guess what? After this, we come back even stronger. So I teleport back into lane. But watching YouTube videos and watching informative videos is way better than watching brain rot, no doubt. But the overconsumption of media and the overconsumption of anything will have an adverse effect on your brain no matter what. And I have noticed actively my attention span going lower and lower and lower and lower throughout the years of living. And there's nothing else to blame except social media for this. But man, it is so addictive, and you can't blame anyone for being addicted to social media, because why would you? It feels so good after a long day to just doom scroll for hours on end, right? But then you get that post doom scroll depression, and you're like, holy, I just spent like actual hours of my life just watching reels, watching shorts, watching YouTube videos. And I bet you 99% of people that you ask, what was the last thing you watched before this video? Of course, because if you ask them what's the last thing you watched, they're gonna know what it is because it's the last thing they watched. And some people not even that, but you ask them, oh, what was the last thing you watched before this last video? And they will have no idea. They really won't. I don't have any idea. If you tell me what was the third to last video that you watched, even watching like literal 1 hour videos on YouTube, I could not answer that question for you. I could only answer what I most recently watched. I could tell you everything about the video that I most recently watched, but about the video, like 2 videos behind that, I have no idea. I genuinely could not tell you. Which brings me back to another point of how much time we spend on social media without even realizing. So there's a study that happened in 2023, I think June to July, asking a bunch of teenagers how much time they spend on their phone, and a lot of them answered 4 hours a day just on social media. So that's the average. 50% of teens spend 4 hours a day. And honestly, 4 hours is kind of conservative, because I think I spend way more on some days. And I know a lot of people that also spend way more on some days, because it's just so addictive. especially as a young teenager in this social media landscape, ain't nobody saying, oh, let's go out to the park, or oh, let's go like ride our bikes in the neighborhood. Nobody's saying that, especially with like the over construction and the infrastructure that's built around cars, because cars have literally changed society to make us more lazy. And okay, now I'm talking about, I'm connecting cars with social media, and it might seem kind of crazy, but it is all just ways that are connected to make humans more lazy. And I'm not like disavowing the creation of the car. Who wouldn't want a car, especially for the longer distances where you have to travel miles upon miles? Ain't nobody gonna do that in horse carriage, you know. But what I'm saying is that cars and social media are similar in the fact that they take away from the youth's experience to connect with one another or with even themselves, and it distracts them for a long time. Cars, of course, to a way lesser degree, and this really doesn't have anything to do with cars. I just wanted to bring that up in the sense of people riding bikes and stuff like that. Okay, but back to what I was saying, right? 50% of teens, or 51% of teens, spend more than 4 hours a day on social media. A day. So I just want to put that into perspective, how much time that really is, right? 4 hours a day. Let's say you live up to 70 years old, starting right now. If you're 18, you have spent literally 11 years of your life on social media. On social media alone, 11 years of life. Now let's take away 1/3 of your life sleeping. You sleep 8 hours a day for the rest of your life, right? And let's take away another third if you decide to stay working a normal 9 to 5 job and you stay in school the whole time. You have effectively taken out what, 4/5 of your whole life to work, sleep, and social media. That is that is a scary thing. It should be 2/3 of your life gone to sleep and work, and social media should not even be in the question. But the society that's built around us is so social media focused that it has become integral in the lives of young people and even adults. My dad, I recently put screen time on his phone so that he can stop giving me the BS of kids nowadays spend so much time on their phone. And guess what? He clocked in 5 hours a week as well. And he's a 50-year-old man. And he has TikTok. Even I don't have TikTok. He has TikTok. And he spends easily 4 hours a day on TikTok. Which is ridiculous. Because what the hell is a 50-year-old man spending like, I get that it's entertainment. It would be the same as watching TV. But the thing with TV is that it can be a family thing. And the whole family gathers around to watch TV or to watch a new show. But when it comes to social media, who the hell is going around saying, hey dad, can I sit next to you so that we can watch TikToks together? Because you know damn well your dad's For You page is not the same as your For You page. So that's just not going to be interesting. Ain't nobody want to watch political compilations for the rest of their day, right? Unless you do. And then, you know, we are all a constant of our own creation, or whatever Kamala Harris said. I am the coconut tree. But that also brings me to the fact, talking about politics and social media, I mean, those things are sadly so interconnected with one another. They basically come hand in hand. They are hand in hand the same thing. So social media excites these political devices, political affairs, anything to divide the common good of people. Because division causes money. And what do these companies want? Money. They love money. And I also just want you guys to think about, anytime any big brand or any celebrity does anything, do not take it as them being good people or even giving half a doodle crappy about you. They do not care about who you are as a person. you are nothing but dollar signs to big corporations and celebrities. Uh, I mean, just look at what's been happening this whole year. We got the PDF file year, right? We have a new PDF file every single month, which is ridiculous. What is it that hard to not touch a kid when you get famous? Is it really that hard? But that brings me back to the thing of being divided, and celebrities and big groups and big companies cause division between the common good and the common people. And being in different groups is more than okay. Our whole evolutionary pattern has been made up of groups. We have always been divided in humanity, and that's not a bad thing. There are common things that people agree on, which are very important, and then there are the minor subdivisions between these groups, and these groups that we have formed throughout society are now all interconnected because of social media, right? So let's just make it political. You got far right leaning people and you have far left leaning people, and usually back in the old internet, back in older times even, you would have these people fully divided, and they would only meet during the election times to debate. Now it is a constant debate on social media. People now have instant access to those who they oppose, which causes a division which is unnecessary. In the old internet, you would have forums, which meant that all these people would stay together in their own little subgroups, right? And this again wouldn't cause as much hate as we see right now, and it would have people basically just because real life is so different from what you see on social media. But these social media companies have basically manipulated you into thinking that what you see on social media is what happens in real life. That is not the case at all. Real life and social media are the most different, opposing things ever. No one acts like how they act on social media. Because if you acted how you acted in social media, you would actually be a lunatic. Imagine if I came up to you out of nowhere and started just spouting my political beliefs and then saying that you're wrong about everything you said. Everyone would just be like, okay, great, this guy's just a total buzzkill. But it's wrong with him. Like, dude, you're weird, you're odd, right? And in social media, that's just common. It's like a guy just goes into your comments and says, no, your political views are incorrect, you're a bad person. Imagine someone said that in real life. They would just be like, okay, dude, what the hell? Like, what? That was rude, you didn't have to say that. And that's basically what social media manufactures. It just manufactures this hate between everyone that doesn't need to be there. When you argue with someone in real life, it very rarely gets to the point of violence or hate speech or anything like that. In social media, the moment you say something that opposes someone else's opinion, you will get berated. And I'm not saying those liberal sissies berating the Chad Republicans. No, because it's also the Republicans just berating liberal point of views. And it's just everyone berates everyone's point of view, no one is safe from any group. God forbid you have an opinion. Which, by the way, I know I fully sound like just an extreme boomer right now. That is not my point here. I'm not trying to sound like a boomer or anything like that. is just the truth. What I believe to be the truth. What in my opinion I think is the truth. Uh, because a lot of people get way too sucked into social media. I basically just want, if you're gonna take one thing away from this video, I want you to not get so sucked into social media. Because all the interactions you have on social media, all the people you know on social media are nothing like who they are in real life. And all the groups that you follow, most of the time, are just evil corporations trying to get money. And it's good to be part of a group, but do not let other groups that don't agree with your opinion get in the way of your well-being throughout your day. Just don't let social media get so into your head or anything that you see on TV. And the thing again with people getting so into social media is that they are also in part, what I wanted to talk about next, they are very affected by FOMO, right? Social media creates an intense feeling of FOMO because you see everyone doing these fun activities, all these fun things. And let me tell you something, half the time they only did this once and they're just milking that story. They're milking that post. And when you see a lot of people doing a lot of things, you make the idea in your head that you're missing out on the popular thing or on the thing that everyone's doing. But truthfully, you are not missing out on anything. All those experiences that you believe are a once in a lifetime experience, truthfully are not. They will come about again. There are the instances of, like, you know, prom, right? You're never going to experience another prom after high school. And I feel like those experiences you should try to go to. You should try to be there for them, because those really are once in a lifetime experiences, unless you decide to repeat high school, which I don't recommend. Please do not intentionally fail high school to go to prom, because then, let's be honest, you're a groomer. But yeah, just think about the fact that we basically have a lot of chances in our life to do everything, right? We have the chance to do everything we want to. If you think, oh my goodness, I'm about to miss the biggest party of the year, next year there's gonna be the same big party, right? Next year everyone's just gonna be doing the same thing again. And social media perpetuates that feeling of, if I miss out on this right now, I'll never get it back. Especially with trends. If I don't get my fidget spinner, I'll never get another fidget spinner. Trust me, fidget spinners, we are in the year of our Lord 2024 and people are still selling fidget spinners. And I argue any second now they'll come back with the ADHD zombies that are coming about with Gen Alpha. And that's basically it. I just want you to realize you are not missing out on anything. Be in the moment. If you really want to go to something and you're able to go to something, go. Okay? Enjoy it. But if you feel as if you are going to, if you want to push yourself and have a situation happen and bring yourself harm or lose important moments just because you want to go to a party or something like that, don't. Okay? Don't sacrifice your father-son time just because your friends are gonna go to a party. Okay? Don't change plans around you just because you're like, oh wow, this new party is gonna be so lit, you know? You need to live your own life. Truthfully, you need to live your life. You do not live the life of others, you live your own. So try your hardest to not let FOMO and social media affect you. It's really hard sometimes. Even I gotta admit, you see everyone doing these fun things, you see all your friends hanging out, and I think the reason I'm speaking on this so much is because it's happened to me so much. I get major FOMO because I don't have a car yet, which I was gonna get a car today, but then the dude already sold it like 2 minutes after I called him. But I miss out on a lot of things. So I feel as if I have a say in this. But yeah, don't let FOMO affect you, and don't get too into social media because the harm so outweighs the benefits. Okay? As you can see, by the way, the team FF'd. I completely destroyed. And I love you all. Have a great day. Kisses. Bye bye.